Hello everybody, my name is Dragon. Welcome back my channel Health Fitness 1047. Here is the episode new. Follow me.
The live-action film adaptation of the popular game The Legend of Zelda was first announced in November 2023. Co-produced by Shigeru Miyamoto, the father of the game series, and Avi Arad, producer of the Uncharted series. The project is currently in development and is scheduled to be released worldwide on March 26, 2027, although it is not yet clear whether it will be released in theaters or online. Although the cast has not been revealed, expectations for this project are high, especially after the success of game adaptations such as Detective Pikachu, 2019. $433 million in revenue, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie, 2023, over $1 billion in the top 20 highest-grossing films of all time. Nintendo's active involvement in the production process has fans expecting a work that is faithful to the original, both epic and emotional. 1. Nintendo's care and control. Unlike previous controversial game-to-film adaptations, e.g. Super Mario Bros. In 1993, Nintendo did not hand the project over to Hollywood but instead took part in the production itself. Shigeru Miyamoto's presence as a creative gatekeeper will help ensure that the film retains the spirit. Image and identity of the game series, something that many other adaptations often lose when chasing market trends. 2. Choosing an experienced production partner. Avi Arad is a familiar name with superhero movies, Spider-Man, X-Men, and has had success with the movie Uncharted. His collaboration with Miyamoto shows an effort to reconcile the spirit of the game and the style of popular cinema, thereby creating a product that is both familiar to gamers and accessible to the general audience. 3. The post-Barbie cinematic landscape. The 2023 Barbie movie boom has paved the way for a series of toy and game companies to exploit the brand in the form of movies. Nintendo is no exception to this trend. And taking advantage of one of its biggest cultural icons, Zelda, is a strategic move to both strengthen the brand and expand its influence into the film industry. Challenges and expectations. Crossed Sword's biggest challenge, exploiting mythological material. The Legend of Zelda is an epic game series, with elements of mythology, magic, ego, and destiny loops. Translating these elements into a live-action film without making them ridiculous or overdramatized is a difficult problem. The film needs to avoid falling into the Hollywood fantasy cliché and maintain the subtlety of the atmosphere, the silence, and the inner depth of Link, which has created the identity of the game series. Face Mask. Who will play Link in Zelda? Link is one of the most emotional but quiet characters in the gaming world. He represents steadfast silence, actions rather than words. Choosing an actor to play Link will greatly determine how the audience perceives the film. If this character is made too Hollywood, the original image may be lost. Similarly, Princess Zelda is not just a rescued person. In recent versions, she is an independent, strong and intelligent character. Will the film reflect that? Or will it recreate the classic captured princess motif? Clapperboard. What plot will the film follow? The Zelda game series has dozens of versions with different storylines. Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess. Choosing which version to base the film on will affect the tone, style and main emotions of the work. If Breath of the Wild is chosen, the film could have a post-apocalyptic, somber atmosphere. If Ocarina of Time is chosen, the film would lean towards the journey of maturity and the time loop. Nintendo's entry into the live-action field with The Legend of Zelda is a big event not only for game fans but also for the entire entertainment industry. The film carries the expectation of breaking the curse of game adaptations or bad movies, and at the same time setting a new standard for works adapted from video games. But the higher the expectation, the greater the responsibility. Nintendo not only has to satisfy gamers, but also has to create a story that is deep enough, emotional enough, cinematic enough to make the general audience, those who have never held a Zelda controller, cry, be thrilled and admire. Link's journey from game to real screen is probably another adventure. No less arduous, magical and attractive. The Legend of Zelda movie script hypothesis: the origin of darkness, the land of Hyrule prospers. Golden castles, green fields, melodious harp music. Princess Zelda, a young scholar, studies the time gate hidden in an ancient temple. Far away, a young warrior named Link lives a lonely life in the Kokiri forest, where time seems to stand still. However, peace is just a thin mist. An ancient force has awakened. Ganondorf, the heir to the abandoned Gerudo bloodline, seeks to seize the entire Triforce to reform the world to his will. But to do so, he needs to open the time gate and manipulate the past. Zelda, through a vision, sees a disaster coming to Hyrule. In her dream, she sees a hero in blue, holding a sword of light, the Master Sword, who will be the only one to fight the darkness. She sends a guardian spirit, the fairy Navi, to find him. Navi finds Link, a quiet boy, living far away from the world, never knowing about his past. After much doubt, Link begins his journey with Zelda, overcoming Sacred Forest, Goron Volcano, Zora Water City, Gerudo Desert. Each place is not only a physical challenge but also an inner challenge. Link gradually discovers that he is the descendant of an ancient hero, the one who sealed Ganondorf thousands of years ago, and that fate is repeating a cycle. The war with time. Ganondorf finds the entrance to the Temple of Time, which contains a passage to the past. He breaks the seal, creating distorted time branches, causing Hyrule to collapse in the near future, a dark world where all creatures are warped. Link and Zelda are forced to split up and travel through time. Zelda returns to the past to change the starting point. Link goes into the future to face the dire consequences. The story becomes complicated when the future Link gradually transforms into a cold warrior, willing to sacrifice everything. While the past Zelda confronts her own ancestor, the one who once failed Ganondorf. The Shadow Oath. Link retrieves the Master Sword, but to use it, he must sacrifice the memory of the person he loves most. He chooses to forget Zelda, because, if I remember, I will not have the courage to kill Ganondorf. Because that death will tear the whole timeline apart. In the final battle, Zelda fuses the three pieces of the Triforce. Link confronts the final form of Ganondorf, who is part human, part demon, and the fear in Link's mind. In victory, Link fades from existence, as he no longer belongs to the new timeline. Zelda, now queen, returns to the palace, carefully puts away the Master Sword, and places flowers at an anonymous tombstone engraved with the words, "The nameless hero who stopped time so the world could continue."